There he is. Hey, Josh.
Oh, hi there, Dr. Cloud. Thanks for having me on today.
You are very welcome. How can I help you?
Well, I had a question about my wife and I have been physically separated for about 3 months now, and that is in part due to a decision I made to set up a boundary that I felt was safe for us and our children and everyone around us because our conflicts have gotten so frequent and so intense that I feel like that was the best decision to make. My question is,
How old are your kids?
they are two, and my adopted daughter, who is from my wife's previous relationship, is 9.
9. So you have twins
So
that are
two
2?
daughters. I'm sorry, we have a 2-year-old daughter together, and then a 9-year-old who
Oh,
I adopted.
oh, I got you. When you said they are 2, I thought you meant there's 2 2-year-olds. Okay.
I'm
And so
sorry.
you guys are having such conflict that you had to get her and you away from being together in front of the kids?
Yeah, definitely. There was some. Yeah, I've there's holes in the walls and things have been said and screamed, and there's a lot of stuff that I personally felt like I didn't. Neither one of us had the self control to
Oh,
continue
wow.
down that recurring path.
So both of you were punching holes in the walls and screaming, or one of you, or
Yeah, yeah, both of us.
yes, what? Both of you.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, sometimes you have to separate to calm things down.
Right.
So what's the question?
The question is, it feels like when I try to communicate that I'm trying to create safe boundaries so we can have conversations to move forward and have resolution, that only escalates her anger. And
What
I'm
what would
wondering
what
that
would
either
what would she say that she would want you to say that would make her happy instead of mad? What is she
she
wanting?
wants she's wanting me to drop to my knees and say I've done everything wrong and I'm the problem and this is all my fault and I'm very sorry that I ruined everybody's lives and da 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 da. And I don't feel like that's true. That feels like a controlling thing that she's
Okay.
frustrated that things haven't gone her way and
Things haven't what? Things haven't gone away? What is it?
things haven't gone her way.
Her way. Okay. So, are y'all getting any help right now?
We do. We had, sorry, I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I go see a therapist, and we've been to some marital counseling. We're involved in a church. We have people that are real close to us that are concerned about us. But again, this is kind of another attempt I'm trying to make to reach out to you to
Yeah.
see kind of how we could resolve this in a way that doesn't have hysteria at the middle of it. I'm trying to
Well,
have
that's a
conversations, not
that is
arguments.
a great that's a great sentence. It doesn't have hysteria in the middle of it. See, right now, because that's exactly what you need. All right, you have hit the genius formula nail on the head. Here she is. Can you? I don't know if you can see me right now on the screen, but here she is.
Yeah,
Here you are. All right, and you don't want hysteria in the middle. All right.
right.
So if you study anything about conflict resolution, then what they're always going to tell you is where there are two sides or two positions, you've got to have a no fly zone in the middle where information, data, facts, and feelings, and fears,
Hmm.
and conflicts, and needs, this middle area where we can take all of that from both sides and we can put it out there in the middle, and it's not going to get attacked, it's not going to get you know spit on, condemned, invalidated. This is called the zone of understanding, where I need to
Right.
understand everything you're feeling and fearing and wanting and needing, I need you to understand everything that I'm feeling and needing. So there's a middle space. You've exactly hit the head on the head. Hit the head on the head. Hit the nail on the head. Now, here's the problem. It sounds like when the two of you are in the room, there is no lack of drama and attack in the middle anywhere, right?
I would agree with that. Yes.
Okay. And I don't hear you saying that the capacity to create that middle space exists in the relationship. Now you may be thinking, well, I can do that. She can't do it, but I can do it. I can not break things and not yell and not scream. But she's unable to do that. Is that right?
To a certain degree, yes. I think that there's definitely, I would say that her emotions or self-control kind of escalates quicker than mine do.
Yeah. Okay. So regardless, when the two of you are in the room, that space is not going to exist. As soon as you start talking, it's going to. So, but you were right. I said you were a genius. You need that middle space of no conflict, right? To be able to resolve this.
Right.
And that middle space is basically going to be someone who's very skilled in a structured time, in a structured way, that sits down with you guys and knows how to create that space.
Would you suggest that be an unbiased person?
Let me say this. Let me say this. Just being involved in a church or just having people care or whatever, that's not going to provide what I'm telling you need. Now would I say what? What was the question?
I was going to say, do you suggest that third person be unbiased or someone that we know and trust or counselor?
I think with what you've described, definitely has to be unbiased, but as important as unbiased is highly skilled.
Right.
Now, if one of y'all's best friends is a professional, arbitration expert or hostage negotiator or somebody, and both of you say, I 100% trust, Uncle Joe, then great. But I think you really, in this situation, I just think you really need a very, very skilled marriage counselor to help provide that space where you guys can work this out.
Okay. That's good information. I have suggested that before, and that typically she does not like the idea of a third person. I believe because she can't control the situation anymore, so that takes the control out of her hands. But
well, maybe
I'm.
But let me give you a little help on that. Sure. What I would say is, it's not really about a third person or not. If you and I were able to sit down and to listen to each other's needs and listen to each other's feelings and listen to each other's requests for what we need from each other, and then both able to validate those and say, okay, gosh, I'm sorry if when I do A, that makes you feel B. I won't do that anymore. And then we don't do that anymore. Then you're right. We don't need a third person. So can we do that? Can we do that? Can we sit down and have a space where you can talk and you get to a place that you feel like I really understood everything you were saying and I really responded and I'm not going to do those things anymore. And you're able to let it go and forgive me, and I can do the same with you, and I forgive you, and you say, okay, I'm sorry, I won't do that anymore. If we can do that, who needs a marriage counselor?
Right.
Problem is, sweetheart, my memory is about 3 minutes into this, somebody's punching a hole in the wall.
Yeah, I have not. That's good. That's really, really accurate and very. I haven't tried that method of asking, so yeah, that's great.
Yeah, why don't you say, you know what, we probably don't have the best way of understanding ourselves. Why don't we set up one of our phones? If we think we can do this, let's set up one of our phones and video this thing, and then we'll see at
Sure.
the end who interrupted.
Okay.
Who?
I like that.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, you like it because you think you're gonna win,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
But I just,
that's been suggested before.
I'm kind of kidding. I'm kind of kidding when
Yeah.
I suggest.
I know.
I don't think she's gonna. I think y'all need a good counselor. But let me go back over this one more time, then I'll let you go. What every conflict
Sure.
needs, what every conflict needs, is a middle space like you're talking about. And if
Okay.
you and I are sitting here, and I can put my needs and wants and fears and hurts out on the table, and it's a middle space where it doesn't get attacked by you, it gets understood by you, and you can put yours out on the table and it doesn't get attacked by me, it gets understood. And then we look at that and we work together. How can we meet that need so you don't get hurt anymore? How can we meet
Sure.
that need so I don't get hurt anymore? If we can do that, we don't need a counselor. Right now, I just don't hear that capacity in the room as a team.
Right.
Okay.
That's really good. That's great. Thank you, Dr. Cloud.
All righty. I hope that helps. And you know what? If you go to boundaries.me, we have several little modules on there on resolving conflict and difficult conversations and all that. It may be helpful to you. Okay.
Yeah, my dad has a subscription, I believe. He's the one that got me in touch with you. So
Oh, cool.
I'll check it
Look
out.
at it. Check it out. Okay,
Great.
man. God
Thank
bless.
you.
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.